Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's tutorial will be on the cake board treatment that goes below this bunny cake that I have created just for you guys because I love you guys. So the first step here is we're going to cut a styrofoam ball, and I'm sorry but I do not have the dimensions for this one. I just had a random styrofoam ball on hand and I used it. So I've cut it in half, nice and equal, and I'm going to hot glue it to my cake board. So that's the size of my bunny, and I was just like putting the pan there to make sure I had enough space. So I'm just outlining the styrofoam balls because you don't get to see all my blunders and I screwed up before. So I marked my placement and I'm just putting some hot glue. Make sure your hot glue is really, really hot because I did it the first time, it wasn't hot enough and the styrofoam balls ended up popping off. So make sure that glue is nice and hot. So get it in place and push it down nice and firm. Same on the other side. So these styrofoam balls are going to act as our support for our maypoles that will be holding up our bunting. So I'm just conditioning my fondant, and now I'm just figuring out the placement for the maypoles. So I'm just making some pilot holes. So I already have them, and it'll just be easy to slide the sticks in once the board's all covered. I'll be hot gluing those later once we actually assemble the board. Got some paper straws. I picked these up from my local bulk store, which is Bulk Barn. Woohoo, Bulk Barn. Oh, that was corny. Oh my god. So anyway, you just slide them over the lolly sticks. Woohoo, little celebration. Now I'm gonna roll up my fondant. If anyone's wondering, I just use electric green to get that color. Applying water to my board, make sure my fondant sticks nice and tight. Now just smoothing it down, making sure it's attached to the board gently, ever so gingerly. Massage the fondant. Take your time around the little styrofoam balls because you don't want to like end up sticking your fingers in them or anything. I'm very methodical and I really take my time on everything I do, and that's probably why I can only crank out one cake a weekend, but I do like to take my time. So just trimming away the excess. I'm just laying some cornstarch to help with the smoother so it doesn't like catch up on the sticky fondant. So I'm just working out any air bubbles and air pockets that I may have encountered. And just using a wad of fondant here to smooth around because this is probably the most easiest way of smoothing out awkward shapes because it just literally molds. So I'm just finding those pilot holes. There we go. So now we know exactly where we put our sticks next time. And I'm just using a Dresden tool to simulate grass. You don't want to go overboard and add too many lines, or I think it starts to look more like fur. I actually use this technique a lot to simulate wood grain, fur, grass, whatever's like kind of like, I don't even know. I was going to say furry, but wood's not furry, so. But still, it works. So over the styrofoam balls, I'm using the straight cutting wheel on my Wilton, what is this, like 3-wheel set or whatever it is. It's a straight wheel. I just couldn't get the Dresden tool to go over the little mounds without, like, I don't know, looking terrible. This kind of just followed the contour of the mounds better. I'm just using the wheel on the edge of the board to kind of make it look frayed and more grass-like. I know this is probably only like 5 minutes for you guys, but the stupid board probably took me like an hour because I am slow. There we go. Just look, I don't know, like little grass buttholes. So there's the board done. I didn't have any electric green airbrush color on hand, so I just mixed the yellow with a few drops of leaf green, and it gives me almost like an electric green. So I'm just going around the perimeter of the board just to kind of add some depth. And then I go around each mound, and then I kind of hit the top of each mound as well. Oh, bonus! I'm cutting out a couple little bushes here for some accents on the cake board. I already do have a video on how to make cute little flowers and bushes and such, so I will be sure to link it below for you. But I figured I'd keep it in for you guys anyway. So the saran wrap helps to give you like a nice soft bubbled edge instead of just a straight up and down cut. Kind of adds more of a cuteness factor. Smoothing out my rough edges. And there we have, that's the cake board all done for now, so be sure to stay tuned for the second part, and I believe that's the bunting. All right, thanks a lot, guys. Bye.